Welcome back. Go ahead and push that red subscribe button and join the family.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're going to make something good. As usual, we are making a layered eggplant. And we're going to try to keep it as vegetarian as possible. Okay, we've got the soy riso, which is the plant-based version of chorizo. Green peppers, red peppers, purple onion, a little white onion. We've got the fresh banana peppers, the tempeh crumbles. We got the smoked chipotle flavor ones. We've got sliced tomatoes. We've got almost three different brands of your vegan cheese. But there's also another cheese that you could use, which is lactose free. It's not vegan, but it is lactose free. So that's another option that you can use. Okay. So we're just going to get right into cutting up all these things and get them separated out so we can start layering this eggplant, and we'll do the eggplant first. All right, we're going to get to cutting up this eggplant here. Just going to cut the top of it off, and then we're going to cut the other top of the other one off. Okay, we're just going to get those cut off and then move those aside. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take and slice these. If you have a mandolin, feel free to use that. But if not, go ahead and slice these. You don't want them too thin, but you don't want them too thick. So see the consistency of this one? That might be on the little bit on the thick side. So you actually can make them a little bit thinner than that, okay? Because you want to be able to make a certain amount. Yeah, now this is better. This size is going to be better. Yeah, we'll leave that one, but just keep in mind when you're cutting the rest of them, what size you're going to want them in. Okay. Okay. Now, if you're like me, you're going to need that knife to be pretty sharp because I don't have a lot of strength in this hand over here. These, and then you can set this one aside. This one is on the thick side. You can go back and kind of modify that one if you need to, okay? So there we go. So you've got that one cut up. Go ahead and get the other one cut up, and we will start to prepare this eggplant, okay? The seasonings we're going to use for this eggplant, we've got it all cut up. We want 3 because we're going to make 3 layers of this. Okay, and we're just going to rub these up really well with this avocado oil and add the seasoning to them before we put them on the tray to put in the oven. Okay, we're just going to pour some of this avocado oil into this plate. And we're going to use this, and we're just going to take our pieces and we're going to put them on both sides generously and lay them on the tray. After we get all of these oiled up and lay them on the tray, then we're going to start adding our seasonings to it. And make sure that oil's getting in the middle as well. Okay? Got them greased up really well. Make sure there's no dry spots. And you're going to start adding the seasonings. And I'm just going to put them on one side and then flip them over and put them on the other. First seasoning is going to be that garlic and onion and black pepper sea salt. Remember, this does have a salt content to it. So you want to be mindful that you're not putting too much because you don't want them to be too salty, because when you make the meat mixture for the layering, there'll be some other seasonings involved in that also. So just keep in mind whatever salt seasoning you're using that has a salt value to it. There's your smoked paprika. Now, like I said, depending on what your taste is, it's going to depend on how heavy you go on the seasonings. But as long as they don't have a salt value to them, you can be as heavy-handed as you like. Sometimes the more seasoning, the better the flavor. Here's your garlic powder. And we're going to, of course, be generous with that because we love our garlic. Okay. Yeah. And then last, we're going to do our white pepper. Yeah. Yeah. And then once we've done this, we'll flip all these over and season the other side so we can get them in the oven. Now, the pan I have them on is normally a pizza pan, but I like it because if you lift this up, you see there are little holes in this. So those holes are going to allow more air and heat to get through that's going to better sear the eggplant. Okay, so I'll flip them over, get them ready, and get ready to put them in the oven. Okay, we've seasoned the other side, and now we're going to get ready to put these in the oven. Okay. The oven is already preheating. And open that up and slide those in the oven. Then we'll come back to get those out for the next. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the vegetables and things to make the meat mixture while we've got the eggplant in the oven. Okay. Now our red peppers, as you can see, they were frozen, so they're already pretty much cut up. So we're just going to be using this bowl to cut up the rest of the things that we need cut up and adding it to the mixture. Okay, the finer you cut these things up, I think the better it tastes, but that could be psychological too, okay? I just for some reason think the smaller it is, the better it tastes when you make up the meat mixture to go into the eggplant. Now I do have a chopper. It's one of these. You can get one from Walmart. I think I got this one from Ross. It's like an upgraded kind. But this one, you're just going to put the things in the bottom of here, and it's called a smack chop. And as you can see, right over top, and you're going to do this, and it turns around and chops it up very finely. The more you chop it, the better, or the smaller it gets. See, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah. And I like that. I think it adds to the flavors, mixing up a lot better using that. I may even go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and use it on these red peppers also. So let me go ahead and get a lot of this stuff cut up so we can start proceeding to our next step. There you go. Look at that. Now look how beautiful that is. Yes, I like that. So if you don't have one of these and you have any issues, impairments or anything like that, this is very helpful and very useful. Okay. I think I only paid, even from Ross, I think I only paid like $12, maybe $15. But I know at Walmart it's only $12. It's only $12.99, I believe. So we're going to get the rest of these vegetables cut up, and I'm going to start opening up the rest of the things that we're going to need to go in this meat mixture and ultimately to layer that eggplant. As you can see here, I've gotten all of the things cut up really nicely with the smack chop, and you see the tempeh meat I've sat down. I'm just going to crumble that up in the little black container that I have here, and then get ready to get all of these mixed together so we can start sauteing this. See how the tempeh meat just breaks up very easily? It's just when they seal pack it, it comes out like a block, but don't worry, it's very easily crumbled up. Okay, as you can see, we have put all of the cut up ingredients to start marinating to put into the eggplant layers, and the crumbles are on the bottom, of course. But we're just going to mix this around so we can get this in a skillet and get a burn on this. All right, we've got this pan on the stove. We're going to add some of this great avocado oil to it. At least about 2 or 3 tablespoons full. Remember, you're using avocado oil, so you don't have to be afraid of the oil. This is a very good oil for you. Okay, so we want to start. Yeah, it is. And see, as you pour that out, you see the crumbles at the bottom. And so be careful because there is a little bit of water to this because remember, the red peppers were frozen. Oh, yes. Almost immediately, the flavor starts coming out in this. It is just beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. This is lovely. Now, we're just going to continue to stir this around and try to get some type of burn on this. Can you see an opening? Go ahead and pour you a little bit more avocado oil. Keep that on high because we want to get what I'm calling a burn on this. You see those little charred sections? That's what you want to see. If you're not seeing that, your meat's not where it needs to be. That's what really brings out the flavor in the mixtures that you're making. And then you want to give your onions a chance to open up the pores of whatever's here so that all the seasoning mixes in well. In addition to these vegetables, there are some seasonings that I'm planning on using. One of them is a shawarma seasoning. I do not have the package, but it comes in a package similar to this, and it'll say shawarma. And that's the seasoning I'm using. I put it in a glass jar. So I'm going to use at least a teaspoon or so of this because I like the flavor. It gives it that Turkish, Middle Eastern type flavor to it. I am also going to use a little bit of coriander. Okay, we're going to get just a little, maybe a half a teaspoon or so of coriander. Of course, a little bit of Italian seasoning. It has all of the green herbs that I like. And I want at least half a teaspoon or so of that, unless you have some fresh. And fresh is even better. Now, remember, we've got to do that garlic powder. I know we put some on the thing, but garlic is a big one for me, too. If you have fresh garlic, of course, crush you a clove and add this. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. See, when you start turning this, when you start seeing that little char, that's where your flavor is. That's exactly where your flavor is. Now, you want to get this mixed up. See what I mean by when you cut this up very small, it allows all the flavors to go through here very, very well. So you're going to get that flavor of everything in every bite. And that's the purpose of making. You know, I even made a pizza at one time and cut it up this small. I think that's one of the best pizzas I've made. Well, to save me just a little bit of headache and time, we're going to use this sauce here. This is a really good sauce, not really expensive. And we're going to put in at least a cup. It depends on how saucy you want your meat mixture to be, will depend on how much you're going to put. Look at that. See that burn? That's exactly what I'm talking about. That right there is going to make your dish good. Okay? Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Now, as you add this, you're still pulling that water off of it. So, like I said, you can use at least a cup. And then if you have extra, hey, it's always something else you can put it on. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, put in this. I want something that's going to be like a binder for this. So I'm going to use this as what I would call a binder. Yeah. And we're going to put that in there because I want the meat mixture to stay in the layers. So this is going to be very helpful with that. I need to get a little taste of this because I want to know what's going on with the taste of this right now. Oh, yes, this is perfect. Okay, we're going to go ahead and check on that eggplant and see where we are with that to see if we can start getting this layered up, people. Let's see what we want. Oh, that is beautiful. Look, people. Oh, my gosh. This is lovely. Yes, we couldn't ask for it to turn out any better. Okay, we're getting ready for the next step. Now, we do want to put some oil on the bottom of here because we don't want it to stick. So, of course, we're going to use our Old Faithful avocado oil. Just put a little bit on that pan, and you're going to ride this around to cover the bottom of that to ensure that it doesn't stick once it's done. You're going to get your largest pieces down first. 3, 6, 9, 12. So we have enough for 4, so we'll take the largest pieces down first. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out what the largest pieces are. Put one way, one the other. So I'm thinking, yeah, these are the largest pieces. And we're going to start getting this layered. Okay. Just start by layering this. Okay. And as we layer this, we're going to add the other type of mock cheese. Now, if you're vegetarian and not vegan, you can use the other kind, because I know there are some vegans that will eat eggs and will eat cheese as long as it's lactose free. So, I mean, whatever situation it is for you, add what you like. But this recipe here is delicious. So if you can't use any of the other, it will still be okay. Okay, I myself, here's the kale. I like the Mexican blend kale, and I do like the lactose free. But either one you use, it's going to be delicious. So that's just a preference, because my feelings on Parmesan in the can is sand, or what you call it, you're eating paper pulp or whatever. It's not cheese, so please refrain from using that nonsense. Okay, and we're just going to continue to put the rest of this on. I hope you're enjoying this. It is running kind of long, but I want you to get the gist of how to do this yourself, because a lot of you all are having some comments and you're saying, oh, I can't do that, or yes, you can. Trust me, it's not as hard as it looks. Look, we're just laying these on top of here. This is no rocket science to this at all, people. You see that? So we're just laying this, and then you're just scooping this out, and you're going to make another layer. So, I mean, come on. There's nothing hard about this. You can do this. Okay. And then the best part about it is, once you venture to make that first meal and your family reacts to it, it will give you so much confidence that after that, you'll be fine. Because you'll know good is good. I mean, whether it comes from the restaurant or it comes from at home, if it's good, it's good. But it's even better when it comes from at home, because you don't have to spend any additional money to get that in place. Now we're going to make another layer. And see how you want to size up the pieces so then it stacks very well and it stays stacked. So just be sure that the smaller pieces go on top, and it'll keep it stacked uniformly. Okay. And this is going to be your last layer, so one little scoop will probably be great, especially for these two little bitties. Okay, and here's your last layer. This is beautiful, people. If you got this far, even in the video, I'm telling you, you can do this. You see me doing it, you can do this. It is not hard. But I'm telling you, it is going to be delicious. Okay, so we're going to put the last of the cheese that you're putting on here. You do want to sprinkle some Italian seasoning just right over the top. That's just like the finishing touch that it needs. And just sprinkle that little bit of Italian seasoning on top. And we're going to put this back in the oven. And in 15 minutes or so, we're going to have a delicious meal that you won't even want to share. Okay, we're putting this in the oven. Can you open that oven, please? Okay. This is going in the oven, people. And I can't wait for it to come out. Okay, we've got the naan bread. This is one of the best. And we've got the avocado oil. So what we're doing is we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to be real with you. This is a family of people that love garlic bread, garlic anything. And this naan bread is not an exception. So I'm just going to cook all that we have left. Now what we're doing is we're just going to take this avocado oil. You can just pour some in your hand. Just make sure your hands are nice and clean. You're going to pour some in your hands. And then you're just going to rub all these breads really well with this oil. That's all you got to do. Get a little bit more. You know, I do it old school. I believe your fingers on it make a difference. You know, like I tell you, put your foot in it, put your fingers on it. Yeah. Yeah, something's real good. You say, oh, you put your foot in that. Yeah, for those of you foreigners that are here, whenever you hear somebody in America say you put your foot in that, that means it really tastes good. Okay, now they didn't really put their real foot in there. I hope not. But if it's tasting good, you know, go on and eat it. Don't even trip. Okay, and we've got, okay, this is the onion powder. Let's get the garlic powder. Go ahead and sprinkle that garlic powder on there, because that's what they love, is that garlic powder. Now, don't use garlic salt. Make sure you use the powder. Okay? Okay? And just get a generous amount. And sometimes I like to put Italian seasoning or chives, or, you know, I have chopped chives. I like to put those on there too. Just sprinkle those on there, because it gives it a little, you know, just gives it a little color, a little something different, you know. We all like that little something different. And if you want to be dangerous, you can even put a little bit of that cheese on there, but we're going to keep ours plain. Yeah. But when you're making it your own, remember, that's your own little twist to it. We're going to put these in the oven, check on the others, bring it out, plate this up, and we're going to get a taste of this, people. All right. Look at that, people. Can you see what I'm seeing? This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, you see that? Okay. Then, of course, here's that beautiful naan bread. Oh, yes. Look at that. Crispy. Just, oh, delicious. Okay. And we're going to sit this here. All right. Now, here we go. This is going onto the plate right here. Look at that, people. Oh, my. This right here looks delicious, people. Okay, we're going to take a little piece off this edge here. Cut through that eggplant. And we want to get a little piece of bread. I'm going to put that on that bread. Okay. I can't, y'all. You better make this. You all know the drill. Go on get it. Because this is not going to be a pretty picture, okay? This is so, so, so delicious. Man, I don't want to say it. But this might be the best eggplant I've made in a long time. And put this right back on that bread again. And let's do that instant replay like they do on football. Go on get out of here. We got no time for this.